we are rolling. Okay, so we got our temperatures up and we move to our systems check.
So it's 22 Foxtrot, left to Charlie, tax mark, Bay Charlie, Delta.
Left at Charlie, Charlie Delta.
Do you see the rise and drop of the fuel pressure on your right toe?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Down.
I warm it up with one fuel pump on until the fuel level, because I'll get fuel coming out of the right tank, because the return goes to the right tank. Now what happens, so you burn about a gallon of fuel, it'll overflow the vent cap, and the fuel starts tricking out and you smell fuel. So I started, my procedure changed. I leave one fuel pump off while I warm up to 100%, and then right before takeoff, I turn it on. So it's like a slightly different procedure.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing I was telling John is I'm like, I'm gonna have to like get with Mark or Joe or David to get this. There's a whole different startup and a whole different shutdown procedure.
Yep. So sometimes that happens there. So these are different. No secondary injectors. So you notice I went to FADAC, turned FADAC 2 off. I didn't get the change in noise.
Yeah.
So it's just basically checking lights here. So the green light went out and you got the amber and then 2 flash of the red.
So what is, I mean, we can talk about it on our cross country, but
the purpose of that is to check if you failed, one of the ECUs failed, the other one picks up the load. But it's not changing to a secondary injector.
Right.
So it's just one brain shuts off, the other takes the load.
Yeah, and they're using the same injectors.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think they found that was easier to do than having dual injectors. I like the idea of the dual injectors, but the secondary injectors were always much richer, and they cause the engine to rough idle and all that stuff anyway.
Yeah, because there's only 2 of them.
Yep.
There's just one for the left bank, one for the right bank, and
so instead of doing that, I guess they just went to one injector. Yeah. All right, you can hold the flight controls for me here in position. Get everything set up here. Transponder. Let's get the ATIS.
Oh, your little screens are dropping down too.
Yeah, it's been happening. It's just plastic.
Expect the visual approach. Pattern altitude is 1,000 feet. Read back from me. Hold for instructions and runway assignment. Use caution for bird activity at Space Coast Regional Airport. Inform Charles on initial contact. You received information Echo. Space Coast saves information Echo. Observation time 2047 Zulu. Wind 2405. Visibility 7. Sky condition scattered 4,000. Temperature 182.08. Now altimeter 3002. Runway 27 and use. Expect the visual approach. Pattern altitude is 1,000 feet. Read back from me. Hold for instructions and runway assignment. Use caution for bird activity at Space Coast Regional Airport. Inform Charles on initial contact. You received information Echo. Space Coast saves information Echo. Observation time 2047 Zulu. Wind 2405. Visibility 7. Sky condition scattered 4,000. Temperature 182.08. Now altimeter 3002. Runway 27 and use.
Okay. And temperature's almost up there. Alrighty, I have flight controls.
Yeah, controls.
We'll do the run up. I'll get it off the dolly, and then you can start flying from there.
All right.
That's a good needle split. Cancel the horn. Okay, before takeoff checklist, overhead switches, everything is good. 100% on the rotor. Water temperature, oil pressure, clear right, center, and left. Sliding right. Pad is clear, no oil. Okay, flight controls and CG feel good. All right, come on the controls with me. And you have control.
I have control.
All right, just hold it steady, hover here. You can slide to the right a little bit. Slide for 3, 2, 1, hold. Alright, you're about 3 foot hover. Okay, give me 45 to the right. Tail is clear on the left. Hold. 45 back to the left, so pointing at the hangars on the other side. Hold. Slide back to the right. Throttle management, let's keep it at 100. There you go. And then you can come down because you're at about 5 feet now, so you're a little high and you roll back on the throttle. There you go. Good job. All right, give me 90 to the left, point at the trailer. Tail's clear right. Okay, hold that. 90 degrees back to the right. We're just getting you warmed up again, getting you comfortable. Remember, when you add right pedal, you got to increase the throttle because you're demanding more power. All right, good job. Okay, let's practice the set down. I'm with you, so nice and easy. We take our time, no lateral movements. Nice and easy. No forward or aft. Looking good. Using our peripheral vision to see our movements.
Coast Tower, number 561 Echo is currently 8 miles south of the field at...
Good, and then lower the collective and roll in the throttle down. We're basically on flight idle now, good. Keep it at 100%. There you go.
So it's the 5631 Echo Space Coast Tower, report 2 mile left base, runway 27.
Let's check my volume here. There it goes.
Left base 427.
Had a hard time hearing myself. Volume was turned down. Okay, go ahead and pick her up. So we remember.
So 31 Echo, this is going to be a full stop taxi back.
That's loud for me. Okay. So when we're picking up the aircraft, we remember that translating tendency is going to slide us to the left. Now you have a big guy over here. So this is what got the doctor in trouble. 150-pound guy in the left seat. 230-pound guy in the right seat. He adds a lot of right cycling. Think about the math on that. You're already heavy on the right.
Right.
And all that right cycling, you don't do a good two-stage. So he's pulling up the collective thinking he's going to slide to the left. Big guy, light guy, he rolled over to the right and wrecked his helicopter. So you got to mentally think it's going to be different each time based upon who's in your right seat.
Right.
So for me, this is all you're going to need.
Okay.
He thought he needed this much, and when he picked up, man, that thing just rolled over, and boom, it just ate itself in a second. So little right and little aft, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
Except a little bit of a slide to the left if you have to. But you'll notice if you have all that right cycling, you center it up anyway when you pick up.
Right.
All right, so go ahead and just feel the machine. That's it. Every machine is different. Little right cyclic. There you go. Nice and easy. A little bit more. There you go. Good. Not too shabby. That's what you need to do. All right. Okay, give me a 360-degree pedal turn to the right. Just remember your throttle. Remember the tailwind. Keep going. Keep going. See what I'm saying with the tailwind? It kicks you the nose down.
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty. You're at 3 feet. Alright, I have all controls.
You have control.
I have control. We'll get us out of here. We're going to demo the max performance takeoff.
All right.
We're going to head out to my little training area.
You set a timer, start a timer?
Yeah, I'll show you something here.
All right.
I'm going to set it down. Check this out.
Oh, nice.
12 minutes. Not to say you should back yourself up, but
Yeah. My transponder has a timer on it, and
Yeah.
it starts.
this, as soon as the engine starts, it starts timing
Yeah.
on this. So it's very accurate. All right, so yeah, we're going to go out to the training area there. We can do some autos out there and whatnot, and then we'll come back in.
All right.
Space Coast Tower, helicopter 8006 Alpha.
Helicopter 8006 Alpha, Space Coast Tower.
Helicopter 8006 Alpha, Southeast T hangar ramp, information Echo. Like a present position, departure due west to exit class Delta.
Helicopter 06 Alpha, departure from present location will be your own risk. You can proceed as requested westbound.
Proceed at, as requested, at my own risk, helicopter 06 Alpha. All right. For takeoff, overhead switches, temperatures, pressures, everything looks good. Right, center, left. All right, you ready? Watch your elbow.
You have it.
Check this out. Max performance.
You want to wave at Steph when you
Could we do that before?
No,
She's going to hate me for that, but...
So 31 Echo runway 27, clear.
Well, that's, you know, that's one of the reasons I wanted to get the turbo.
Oh yeah, I tell everybody, get the turbo.
So
Why not have that power?
yeah, not that I'm going to do that. Damn, they got a whole fleet of Skymasters.
They do. It used to be a company called AirScan down there.
But if I need to land on a baseball field and then take off, I've got the capability to do that.
All right, man, you can come on the controls with me.
All right, I have control.
You have control. All right, just keep us at 500 feet. Cruise power in this machine with us is going to be 30 inches. So as you get to 500, a little bit of a collective reduction, rolling the throttle, left pedal to keep her in trim. You can use your yaw string. All right, very good. And that's it. I'm going to turn our position lights on. I said it's 30 inches for cruise, so keep it at 500.
Oh.
You're at 600 is fine, level off 600. There you go. So nose, get that nose forward, you're still climbing. And then tweak your throttle there. Every aircraft is a little bit different. 100%, get that down to about 30. Once you get it set, try not to mess too much with the power, because then you're going to have to mess with your trim.
Right.
And yeah, like even 29 inches, she's still doing 80 miles an hour.
And climbing, so.
And climbing, so yeah, just maintain 700. Okay, this is what I want you to do, Joel. I want you to parallel these power lines out to the west. So you can go ahead and start a gentle right turn to the west.
Oh, this side of them are?
Yep, you're going to stay on the right side of, or the north side of the power lines. You are clear on the right. .61 degrees right now. It feels a hell of a lot colder.
Yeah.
But I'm toasty with the jacket and the gloves on, so. It probably would have been fine with the doors on because there's no sun out. We would have been getting baked. Yeah, try go down to 28 inches. Lower the collective a little bit, a little left pedal. There you go. And just find the sweet spot there to get a 100, 101. You're just in a little bit of a descent fixing it up, but yep. You could just see with the colder temperatures, we don't need as much manifold pressure as we do during the summertime when it's like 30 degrees hotter.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because normally in the summertime I need 32 to maintain what we're doing now. Low density altitudes, performance is good. You know, 183, my water temperatures are always been a little bit warmer, but the caution area is 190. This is a little biased on the high side,
Yeah.
but 183 on the digital. Oil temperature, I think that's still biased too. About 5 to 10 degrees, but it's 200. Probably more like 190, 195. They should be about the same.
Right.
Whatever your water should be the same as your oil, vice versa.
That would make sense, yeah.
Because they're cooling each other.
Yeah, I'm liking my visor.
Oh, you like the, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the glasses, but if it's really bright out, I'll put my visor down.
Yeah.
Because it'll get really bright. I mean, my sunglasses are prescription too, so. At Tower 06 Alpha's frequency change at this time. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Helicopter 06 Alpha, bring shade clear.
All right, you ready for the fun ride?
Yeah.
I have control.
You have control.
I have control. We're going to do the river run.
All right, I think today we're going to do the swamps.
We're
Nice.
going to do the swamp. We're going to head north to the training area. It'll only take us about 3 to 4 minutes to get to it, but
All right.
it's just up our right side about 2 miles. All right, here we go. Clear down and right. I can smell people burning some wood down here. Clear left.
Little alligator.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
There's a ton. Ton of birds. Yeah.
I wonder how the hell people just airboat out there.
Yeah, you got an airport right there.
Oh yeah.
Alpha training area traffic, helicopter 8006 Alpha, Rotorway helicopter about 1 mile south of the training area. We're going to be operating the training area for traffic pattern work.
So is this like a designated training area?
Yeah, it's designated for the local helicopter school that's on the airport.
Ah, okay.
So I'll give you a quick little orientation of it. Since the winds are coming out of the west, we're going to do patterns, left traffic from east to west to it. It's coming up at 12 o'clock. It's a big, long, rectangular field.
Okay.
We'll do a high recon to make sure we're out of the way of the cows. There's always cows in it.
Yeah.
They have a windsock on the north side of it.
Oh no. All right. Now, does this thing give you general wind direction?
It does not, but it does have that flight path vector, that orange with the 3 little tick marks on it. That tells you where you're trending. So if you have a crosswind, that little orange circle will go to the right or to the left, and it'll tell you if you're descending or climbing. So you can see right now it's below the horizon.
Yeah.
So it's telling you you're in a descent. It's got a lot of good resolution. I mean, it's 1-to-1, man. It's perfect. Really no lag. All right, so this is Alpha training area. The north side looks pretty clear here. Winds are coming out of the west. So I think they got a land use agreement with the local owner, and they just use it for training. But I just jump in here. Nobody's complained. I've talked to their chief pilot about it. He's like, yeah, just talk on this frequency, man. Nobody's giving me a hard time, so I just use it as my local training area too.
Oh, that works.
I talk to the guys all the time, so clear right. All right, so we'll go ahead and demo like we're doing a confined area. You do your high recon, some of the things you're looking for, you know, obstacles, your approach path, you know, how am I going to get in there, how am I going to get out, sloping terrain, all that kind of good stuff. So when you have your area chosen, right, so we make a lot slower approach than they're used to coming in like you're almost autoing, right? So let's say we got a confined area we're going into, and we're going to stay just above the tree line and try to keep it above ETL as long as possible, keeping the altitude up. Once I know my tail's clear, then I'm going to start doing a slow, steep approach into that confined area. So now we're imagining we're in the hole, we're coming down, right? And it's a vertical descent. Some of the considerations here is vortex ring state or settling with power.
Right, yeah.
Greater than 300 feet per minute. We're less than ETL. And we're using 20 to 100% of our available power. We're descending probably about 100 to 200 feet per minute if you look at the vertical speed indicator. And we come down into our hole. We'll do our final check, make sure our terrain is good, nice and level, no big obstacles, and then we touch down in our confined area. So we'll keep it above here now, and I want to have you do the takeoff, but I like to do clearing turn in my confined area to look for obstacles and other traffic that might be in the area. To do a 360, looking around, all sectors, everything looks clear. My takeoff path is going to be straight ahead. All right, and I'm going to demo this again for you now in real life, but you can follow me through on the controls, so you can ride with me. So when we do the takeoff in this helicopter, I'm adding collective and throttle simultaneously. So we're adding the collective, throttle's coming in, right pedal. I'm getting above the tree line and I'm starting to nose forward. I've got clearance, get above ETL as fast as possible and back off on the power. I pull 41, I'm going back to 30.
Right, okay.
That's how you want to do it. So if you had an engine failure now, we have enough speed to trade airspeed to do an auto rotation if we had to straight ahead. Okay, you have all controls.
I have all control.
You have all controls, and you're just going to put us in the center of the field, that's all. Just a normal visual approach to the center, so you can practice that. So roll out, come out here a little bit, give yourself a nice long final.
Okay.
You can level off at 200. 30 inches, there you go, get configured, give yourself a good, nice long final approach path. A good approach leads to a good landing.
Oh yeah.
Managing our throttle, you don't need all that power, so 30 inches. There you go, you gotta find it. That's it, 28, that's all you're gonna need. Alright, when you're ready, make your left turn back around. Alpha area traffic helicopter 8006 Alpha Rotorway helicopter making a visual approach from east to west in Alpha training area. Alright, so you can do it on the north side of the field, wherever you find a comfortable area there. Start your approach, so reduce your power to about 25 inches, aft cyclic, left pedal. 25, keep reducing that power, aft cyclic, there you go, a little bit more. Now you're in a steep approach path, 20 inches now. Hit your glide path. We're just doing a normal approach. Right now this is steep approach, but that's fine. A little bit lower, left pedal. Start slowing it down with some aft cyclic. There you go, good. We don't want to go into the trees, so we're going to decel. Keep coming down, keep coming down, keep coming down. Now start your decel. A little too high, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I need to practice on.
Throttle. Don't forget the throttle on the bottom. She will fall through.
Yeah.
All right. Fall back down to 1 foot. You got the power to do this in this helicopter, but just be careful in yours. Because if you got behind like you did there on your RPM, you would have fell right into the sky. All right. All right, now let's see if you can do the vertical takeoff for the confined area. So just remember you're rolling the throttle on, 40 inches, rolling the throttle on, right pedal. All right, nosing it over. You're getting above ETL, lowering the collective, 35 inches, rolling throttle back. There you go. And collective back in, 35 inches. There you go. We'll do that one more time for you. Clear left. All right, you can go ahead and power back to 30 inches. There you go, good. You notice how you have to find the sweet spot for where the collective is at and the throttle position.
Oh yeah.
You've got a lot of horsepower there to play with, so just a squeak of right pedal. A little bit of right pedal. There you go. Now you're in trim. This might come out a little bit more now this time. I just want a nice, normal visual approach. I know a lot of the Rotorway guys want you to come in there shit hot, 80 miles an hour till the end and flare it. We're just going to do a nice, normal, stable approach. All right, clear left. Select your landing area out there. start seeing like a cone or something. You find that intersecting in your windshield. Now you can start your power reduction to 25 inches. Left pedal for trim. All right, a little half cyclic. We're going to start slowing it down. 25 inches is the starting point, so let's bring that collective down further. That's it, there you go. Coming on in, we just want a nice normal like 3 degrees, so we're a little high. Bringing it down a little bit more, there you go. Half cyclic to slow her down. Keep her coming back, slow her down like a lot. I want your speed to be more like, I'm going to show you here. I want you coming in more like this. You're still above ETL. A little bit slower than you're coming in before, okay? You're still flying.
Okay.
You're still flying. You're flying. You're flying. I'm just making corrections. You're coming in a little too fast for a check ride.
Right.
I'm not going to like you coming in that fast. I want you to come in slower.
All right, I'm going to back up a little bit here.
Yep. So what you're going to do is you want to come in like you're doing a slow walk to your landing area.
Right.
I have controls, so I'm going to pick you a landing area to aim for.
Okay.
I think the problem is you don't have one right now, so...
I was trying to shoot for that gully, but...
You're coming in like shit hot fast.
Yeah.
And I know John wants to teach guys that way, but that's not going to pass a check ride. You're coming in way too fast. So this is where you're going to shoot to, this cone here.
All right.
So you're going to line up on this cone out there, and you're going to shoot your approach into it.
Okay. All right.
So we're going to land right here is where your spot's going to be, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you have control.
All right, I have control.
Get your visual references. You have control. Just do a normal takeoff so you can pull power and start pitching it over. There you go. Rolling the throttle on. Rolling the throttle on. There you go. Airspeed's building up. You pull 39 inches. Not so much collective. You don't need all that collective. There you go. Now 35 inches. That's it. All right. Clear left. Hey man, you're pulling 40 inches. You're like pulling the guts out of the helicopter right now. It's nice and easy, that's all. Your turns are too sharp too. You're just coming in like you're coming in shit hot.
Okay.
I don't know how you've been flying back at home, man. Just everything like 20, 30 degrees max. You're doing 45, 50 degree turns.
I just kind of like doing that.
No, that's fine. But we're training you for a check ride.
Yeah.
I don't personally mind. But you know, an examiner is going to be like, this guy's hot dogging all over the place. So do everything 20, 30 degree turns. You don't need to be coming around at 90 miles an hour. Just take your time.
All right.
That's all, man. Set yourself up nice. Almost like you're bored. You're going to fall asleep when you're doing an approach. All right, so give me a nice, good turn around, but it doesn't have to be 45 degrees. A little bit more, and that's 20 degrees. You can even go to 30. I see it right there on the attitude indicator. That's 25 degrees.
Yeah.
That's how you should be doing your turns like that.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. This is for a check ride, man. That's all. You know, once you get licensed and everything, then what you were doing before is fine. All right, find a cone out there, line up with it. I think ours is a little bit to the right.
All I see is cows. Do you see a... Oh, there's the cone. Okay, I see it.
Yeah. I got it inside. I'm going to get you lined up. I'm with you. You're still flying, okay? I'm going to get you set up. Let's get you on because you're already getting high. So 20 inches, so I'm going to get you on the glide path. The cone is 12 o'clock.
All right.
And it's in line with the compass and the center of the wind screen.
Okay.
65 miles is good. Now you're going to start slowing down even more. You're walking it in. We're walking it in. And we're doing a gradual speed reduction. This is a good rate of closure. This is what I want to see. You're still flying, and we're gradually slowing it down more and more. As it appears that we're getting faster, you need to slow it down even more and start coming back on the collective, down on the collective. There you go. And even more, we're going to slow it down even more. Nice and slow reduction in speed. You're 40 miles an hour, looking good. Keep it on coming in, keep it on coming in. And just on the left side of it, that's fine. You might be just a beam of it. And it gives you an aim point. And forward and down, riding the shutter, and then right here, add your throttle. There you go. That's what I want to see you coming in like, okay?
That slow, really?
Yes.
I thought I was supposed to keep it like 65, or is that just for autos?
Nope. They're teaching you that if you have an engine failure. That's a Rotorway-ism.
Right.
That is not going to pass the check ride. You're going to be coming in too shit hot. So this is the right way to do it, the way I just showed you for a check ride, okay?
Oh, okay.
You start off at 70, and you're doing a gradual speed reduction as you approach it. All right. I have all controls. I'm going to demo this for you.
All right, you have controls.
So here's our normal takeoff, right? Talked off into the wind. I pulled 39 inches, right? So once I clear the obstacles, I'm powering back to 35 inches. 35 inches is climb power in this helicopter, okay?
All right, okay.
Then I'm pitching for 65 miles an hour for climb airspeed. Start my nice 20, 30 degree turn to the left. I'm flying airspeed right now, so pitch for airspeed. Here's about 20 degrees right there. You can look at the attitude indicator if you need. Coming back around for our downwind. We'll level off at 300 feet. I've got my cone in sight. Landing area is clear. Roll out. Power reduction to 29 inches. 300 feet. A little less collective. Pitching for altitude now. Maintaining altitude with the cyclic. We're in trim. 75 to 80 miles an hour looks good. Give myself a nice long approach path to the runway or the landing area. All right, we're clear left. We're going to turn left. 20, 30 degree turn, back around, 180 degree turn. Normally you would have a base turn and then a final, right?
Right.
We're just doing a concentrated turn. Not a big deal here.
Yeah, I usually do like base short final when on my call and come in.
All right, so we established the maneuver at 70 to 80 miles an hour. I got my cone in sight.
Okay.
All right, I'm establishing my glide path or my glide slope angle, reducing power to 25 initially. I'm pitching for 70. Now, as I get closer to the cone, I need a speed reduction. It's like I'm a slow walk to it, right? It's all perception. Now I'm coming in. It looks like I'm coming in a little too fast. Reduce the collective. Now we're 55 miles per hour indicated. And now I'm slowing down gradually at the same time I'm descending. Forward and down. I'm going to put the cone off the right side. Forward and down. Forward and down. We're going to knock it below ETL and ride the shutter all the way down. We're at 30 indicated. We're a little fast and a little high. Here's the shutter. Feeling the shutter. I'm riding the shutter, riding the shutter, riding the shutter, riding the shutter. Cone's going to go off our right skid. Power with the throttle, right pedal. That is a normal VMC visual approach to a hover, right? That is the standard we're looking for, okay? Now, what they've been showing you is to come in at 70 miles all the way down like you're auto-rotating because the unreliability of the rotorway in the past. These guys have had engine failures and stuff, but a DPE is going to be like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Coming in shit hot. And notice the power changes were less gradual. You didn't have to go stomp a bunch of right pedal, add a bunch of throttle. It was all coming in gradually. It's a lot smoother that way. It's easier for you as the pilot to make your approaches like that. Once you get your license and you pass your check ride, then, you know, how you're coming in fast is fine, because I know you can handle it. It's just we have to do it to this standard, okay?
Okay.
All right, you have controls.
Let's
try
controls.
that.
Yeah.
Let's try that one more time. That's how I want you practicing it back at home. Even if John tells you that's going to kill you, that's how you pass a check ride. I don't want you showing up the mark, you know, doing that and be like, well, that's how they showed me. Like, then he's going to have to beat that out of you. 35 inches now, pitching for 65 miles an hour. Very good. You know, giving the student parameters, so I'm giving you parameters to shoot for, helps you out too.
Yeah.
And when you're ready, you can make your crosswind turn. And then 300 feet, you just level off there. And we'll do this one more time, and then we're going to get into some autos. So I want you to get some auto practice in. 37 minutes, so we still have upwards of 40 minutes of flight time available.
Yeah, so this is kind of confusing me as a whole.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, you've been doing it wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
You've been doing the hot dog way. It's a Rotorway way of doing it. You're coming in too fast. I'm going to talk you through it.
All right.
Don't be afraid to come slower like that, but you're always above ETL. I'm telling you to ride the shutter because the shutter is transverse flow and effective translational lift. You're still above ETL, so if you had to go around, you can add power, nose it over, and go around.
Right.
The whole idea is you're trying to land in a confined area. You're not landing in a confined area at 70 miles an hour. You're not going to do that.
Okay. Maybe if we were going down a runway,
you can do that on a runway all day
65
long.
until you get to.
But how are you going to demo? I'm going in a confined area when you're landing only on runways on a check ride. Clear
Okay.
left.
All right. I get it. Maybe that's the problem. Is I thought we were just doing regular landings.
You are doing regular landings. That's how you're supposed to do regular landings. Everybody in the community does them faster because they're afraid that they lose their engine.
Right.
You will not see a certified helicopter do normal approaches like that. Roll out and find yourself a cone out there. You're a little high, so all you got to do is start your power reduction to 25 inches now. Start a descent. Once you pick up a cone, line up on that cone and put that cone off the left or right side, your preference.
Yeah, I really can't see the cones from here.
I got one in sight now. It's turn right. Stop turn. 12 o'clock.
Okay, I see it now, yeah.
Put it on your left side. All right, so go ahead and start the power reduction to 20 inches now. And start the slowing down. You're coming in at 90 miles an hour, so you need to start slowing it down, lowering the collective, keeping that spot right in the same spot. There you go. There you go. So you're keeping that glide path. It's about 3 to 5 degrees. Okay, you got your cone in sight. I see what you're lined up on. And a gradual speed reduction. You can lower the collective just a little bit more now. There you go. And you're slowing down. See that? And you're continuing that decel until you start feeling the shutter. You'll feel it around 30 miles an hour. Okay, lower the collective a little bit more. That's it. There you go. Adding the collective in and throttle. Feel the shutter now. Right there. Shutter, 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 shutter. There you go. That's how I want you practicing your approaches. You see how you fell through there?
Yeah.
Because you were leveling off at like 15 feet.
Yeah, no, that's one of the problems I got to work on.
So that's why I was telling you forward and down, okay? So we'll work on that, a little bit of that tonight too as well.
All right.
All right. I have all controls.
Yeah, I've controlled.
I have control. Good job. We have to recage your normal approaches there.
Yeah.
You're coming in way too fast.
So no matter if I'm doing confined area or a regular landing, that's the way I should be doing them.
That's how you should be doing them. For a check ride.
For a check ride.
The way you've been getting taught by like John is teaching you the Rotorway way.
Right.
Because the expectation is I'm going to lose an engine. But how the hell are you going to land it in a small field like that if you always do approaches like that? You're going to crash. Because you're not used to slowing it down so fast in a smaller area.
Yeah.
You're used to having a big, wide open runway to do it versus, a smaller, boxier area like that. So that's why I was saying, I have to break guys of that habit sometimes. Like, you're not going to pass a check ride like that. The guy's going to be like, holy shit, slow down. Now watch approaches from like a Schweitzer and R22. Did they teach you to come in that fast? Think about that.
No, I mean, that's...
Yeah. You were taught the Rotorway way.
Yeah.
That is not the FAA, you're going to pass a check ride way. We're going to go up to 600, level off, and we're going to do it on the north side there, away from the cows. So you can ride me on the controls the first time.
All right.
Ride me, giggity. All right, 70 miles an hour indicated. 70 to 80 is good entry speed. We're going to aim for, try to be in the center of the field. So we're coming up on our entry point in 3, 2, 1, down left end, right? Check the rotor, cancel the horn. Pitching for 70 miles an hour. Now check this, we're going to be a little short, so watch what I can do. I'm going to slow her down, stretch the glide, 60 miles an hour, 96. Then I'm going to lower the collective again, get the rotor RPM up. Watch this. Flare, level, settle, pull. Saw that? 87%. You see how much he vibrates?
Yeah.
But we were going to be short. You saw that? So what I did was pulled back on the collective. I'm just setting it down to get the rotor RPM. I don't want to pull too much manifold pressure to get it back. So you saw we were going to be a little short. So I pulled up on the collective, I got her down to like 95, 94%,
Yeah.
and pulled back on the stick a little bit, slowed to 60. That stretched our glide out. Okay? So those are techniques you can use. If I'm going to be too short, I can stretch the glide a little bit. Then I lower the nose and the collective to get the RPM back up. We were at 100% while I was flaring. So I flared between 35 and 50 feet aggressively. Once the forward airspeed was slowed down enough, I leveled it off. We had all that high RPM there to settle and then cushion our landing if we actually touched down. So we would have survived that. The helicopter probably wouldn't have flipped over. We would have been fine. But you notice there how quick the RPM dies on the recovery, right? So we were at 87, and instead of sitting there and trying to fight it to get back, I just put her on the ground. All right, you have all controls.
All right, I have controls.
You have controls. Forward takeoff checklist is good. And we're clear right, center, and left. Fuel looks good, and a nice, easy pickup. Remember, you're on grass, so we want to make sure no skids are stuck in the ground. A little aft and right cyclic. There you go. Alrighty, and then you'll go ahead and just add a little extra collective, right pedal. We'll get above ETL. There you go. Now you're clear, now you can trim her, and then 35 inches. There you go, good. Climb up to about 600 feet, so you can do a climbing left turn. All right, clear left. Climb up to 600. Once you get there, you can level off and come out for a while there so we can get a nice long setup perch path to the entry for the auto. There you go, there's your altitude, get your power reduction. And so the DP is looking for the parameters for the setup, right? So altitude is plus or minus 600 for the entry, plus or minus 10 miles per hour for the airspeed. So altitude has got to be within 100, airspeed plus or minus 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, so you tell him I'm going to set it up at 680 miles an hour. He's going to look for the parameters within that. Alright, you're clear left. So all you're going to do here is shoot for the middle of the field, right? That's where we want to end up at.
All right, am I doing auto rotation or what?
We are doing an auto rotation.
Okay, all right.
The first one was demoed. So you're going to keep driving it forward. You're going to enter at 80 and 600. So you got to reduce your speed. Be at 80 miles an hour, so 28 inches of manifold pressure. Get your alignment there. So turn right just a little bit there. Just stay away from the cows. Alrighty, in 3, 2, 1, down left aft. Go ahead and enter. Roll the throttle. Collective all the way into the pocket. Always in the pocket first, then check it, okay? Always in the pocket first. Collective down. Pitch it for 70 miles an hour. Collective down. You need more rotor RPM. Airspeed, rotor, landing area. More rotor RPM. Got to get it down. Start flaring. Flare. Aggressive. Level. Let it settle. Throttle and collective. Throttle and collective. There you go. You're climbing up. Don't fight me on the controls there. There you go. Relax, relax. There you go. All right, I have all controls.
You have controls.
All right, let's talk about a few things there.
Yeah.
Spring auto. All right. You kept pulling up on the collective.
Yeah, I did.
Your
I do
RPM
that.
was deadly. It was getting deadly too low.
Right.
You were at 93%. You weren't monitoring your airspeed and your RPM and landing area. It looks like you were more fixated on the landing area.
Yeah, that's exactly
Okay.
what I was fixated on.
Airspeed, RPM, landing area. Airspeed, RPM, landing area. You got to have the airspeed for the flare. You did. You were between 70 and 60. Your rotor RPM was dangerously low at 92.
Right.
And you were getting less than 100 feet. So
And I think I was...
you kept pulling up on the collective.
Yeah, I think I had it backwards. I think I was thinking
Too
pulling
low.
it up was going to increase the rotor speed.
Exactly.
And it's the
so
opposite.
we got to train that back into you. So
Yeah.
what we'll do is I'll take us up real quick to 1,000, and we're going to practice some turns and rotor RPM management.
All right.
So when you pull aft on the cyclic, rotor RPM, the rotor disc tilts up, you have more upward airflow.
Right.
The RPM increases.
Yeah.
When you push forward on the cyclic, you have less upward flow, so the RPM will go down a couple percent. So we're going to demonstrate that. And then when you make a turn, you'll notice that you either have to pull up on the collective if you're making a steep turn, because you got all that upward airflow, or if you push forward, you're going to have differences and fluctuations in the rotor RPM. That's where the collective. Too much rotor RPM, you got to come up. That's why I say check it, right?
Right.
To keep it from overspeeding at 110. If it gets too low, you got to lower the collective. Your entry was bad too because you didn't go all the way
in
down.
the pocket.
You got to hit the pocket, then come up.
Okay.
Because you'll never build it up enough. You won't be at the negative, 2 or 1.8 degrees that you have it set to build it up enough. Once it's built there, then you can modulate the collective to keep it at 100%.
Right.
Now the technique I showed you the first one there, we were a little short, so I went down to like 93. So I pulled up on the collective and I slowed down enough to just stretch the glide. And you'll see that instead of like maybe 1,500 feet per minute, we were maybe 1,200 feet per minute for a short period of time.
Okay.
But let's see, your time is 49 minutes. So we got time for like 2 more, and then we're gonna head back.
All right.
And then if you want, we can gas up real quick and try a couple more. We'll just stay in the pattern there. I think you feel more comfortable with some more auto work. All right. Temperatures and pressures. Clear right, center and left. Overhead panels are good. Or switches. All right. Notice how I clear the obstacles, then I push the nose over and accelerate.
All right. Yeah.
And then I back off in the power. I'm doing that for me just to save my engine. I'm using it like a transient torque. All right, and then we're just going to do a spiraling climb at 35 inches, 65 miles an hour, and just climb on up to about 1,000 feet.
Yeah, I'm going to have to relearn the whole, with mine now, I can tell kind of by the sound, where I'm at manifold pressure. I got nothing on this one.
Yeah, it's different. So I had to give you parameters to fly it on this one. Your aircraft flies different.
Yeah.
Every Rotorway flies different. And that's the problem with them. So, but since your machine, you got issues with the machine, yours not flying right now. It's not. You got some issues on your helicopter?
Oh, no. I just haven't had time.
I got you.
Well, I got sick, and
yeah,
that took basically 2 weeks out of everything.
Yep.
And then, the holidays and everything else, so.
I got you, man. Yeah, we did a good amount of auto training in your aircraft, and you were getting real good with it at Boz, but you don't get to practice it by yourself.
Yeah.
You might have John up in there with you.
Well, that's what I did, is one weekend, I grabbed John Saturday and Sunday, and we did like 30 of them. And I thought I was getting pretty good at it.
Yeah, but it's different. You got a different gauge than I do, and I have a totally different engine than you have, so it feels different. All right, and we're just going to recover at like 200 feet or something like that. I want you to learn the RPM management.
Yeah.
That's all, and the entry. I'm just going to keep climbing here. Coming back around. Starting to get hypoxic. Getting so high. Yeah. All right. Come on the controls with me. All right. We're going to go ahead and enter in 3, 2, 1. You have controls all the way down, all the way into the pocket.
Into the pocket.
Roll it. Get ready to check it. And now check. See that?
All right.
103 max. Okay. All right. Now it's getting too low. What do you do?
I'll go down.
Yep. Lower it. Lower the collector.
Oh, you really got to like
Yeah,
lower it.
every helicopter's
okay.
different. You do what you got to do to stop it.
Right.
Now it built up, right?
All right,
Now
it's
check
up a
this.
little bit.
Check what's going to happen now. I'm going to lower the collective. I'm going to push forward.
Yeah.
See how the RPM, oh, hold on. I lowered the collective while I was doing that. Push forward and the RPM dropped. You saw that?
Yeah.
Now watch what happens when I pull back.
Pull back.
It builds up. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
It drops off. All right, we're going to do power recovery. You're flying still. You're flying. Join the needles. There you go. And you can join to 30 inches of manifold pressure and fly on out. I wanted you to see that, how I push over and it drops if you don't move the collective. If you don't move the collective, when you push over, it drops, and when you pull back, it increases. I was dropping the collective at the same time I was pushing forward, but that was an instinctive thing. All right, let's head back to the airport, and we could probably squeeze in 1 or 2 over there. So we got 53 minutes of run time, hour and 15 is on max. So that still gives us about 20 minutes. All right. I'm inside. You can go to 500 feet and then 30 inches and fly due south. I'm sorry, what are we doing? 135, so southeast. That's good. We'll get into the pattern for runway 27. Alrighty, let's listen to the ATIS.
17, 2.0, 10-3002. Runway 27, and you suspect a visual approach. Pattern altitude is 1,000 feet. Feedback runway hold short instructions and runway assignments. Use caution for bird activity at Space Coast Regional Airport. Inform control to initial contact. You received information Foxtrot.
Okay. We're going to set up for a left downwind for 27. The runway is 12 o'clock. You see the hangar is the open light green spot.
Yeah.
The runway is kind of like this, so keep this heading for now. I'll make the initial call. You're flying.
So just head toward the smokestacks or the
Smokestacks, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
You got it. Perfect. Space Coast Tower, helicopter 8006 Alpha.
Helicopter 8006 Alpha, Space Coast Air.
Helicopter 06 Alpha is approximately 5 miles due west of the airfield at 500 feet with information Foxtrot. I'd like to join the traffic pattern for closed traffic runway 27.
Helicopter 06 Alpha, report midfield right downwind to runway 27.
Midfield right downwind, runway 27, helicopter 06 Alpha. All right, climb up to 1,000 feet, so it's a power change. We pull into 35 inches. We add a little squeaker right pedal, keep her in trim. There you go. Do you see the runway?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to put it off the right door. You're doing a right downwind.
All right.
So just squeak to the left a little bit. There's an intersecting runway 3618.
You hold me at 1,000, you said?
Yep. We'll go up to the pattern altitude, and we'll do a straight-in auto to the runway. But,
we're doing a straight-in auto? Or are we going down and doing a pattern turn?
You're doing the pattern.
Okay.
We're going to be on the right downwind. We're going to do our base, and then our final, and then an auto straight into runway 27.
Okay.
We're lined up with runway 9 over here, so we got to get to the other side. All right, there you go. Good power reduction, 1,000 feet. My buddy up there in Maryland was like, I can't wait for you to get up here. I got to go back to work, do Army shit next week.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. He's all stressed out. All the shit that's going on with the inauguration and all that crap. All right, landing light's coming on. Heads down. Landing light is on.
Says 848, turn left at Charlie, text parking at Charlie, cross runway 26.
Good.
848.
Sorry, I'm touching all over you, bro. I'm just checking everything out.
Self-serve pump today.
All right, we burned almost 9 gallons.
Charlie and Delta.
Charlie Delta to self-serve 848.
They just contact ground on 0.85 when you're ready to go back to the hangars.
848, roger that.
We're gonna just gas up and we're gonna go right back out and do autos. I'm gonna beat you up for an hour, or even 30 minutes.
Sounds good to me, man. That's
I
want to work on was
I gotta get
autos and confined space.
Yep. Yeah, you can see it, right? You can see how we come up, clear the obstacle, nose it over, and go. What I need to get is a clear visor for nighttime, keep the wind out of my eyes. Go buy one of those. You can come over to the left just a little bit so you can get a nice little base. You can look at the hotel actually. Just put the hotel there. That's 12 o'clock on the other side of US 1. You're going to put it off the right side a little bit. That's good. That tower, helicopter 06 Alpha entering the right downwind runway 27 to request the option.
Helicopter 06 Alpha, runway 27, clear for the option.
27 clear for the option, helicopter 06 Alpha. Come to the left a little bit more. I just don't want you to get blown into the runway and you have to make a big old sharp turn. All right, I got 27, looks clear down there, so we're going to keep it at 1,000 feet. We're going to head towards almost just before you hit the water, so you give yourself enough time, okay?
Okay.
Your aim point is going to be the solid touchdown bars, right? The white solid rectangular squares on the runway. That is the touchdown zone.
The 500 mark?
The solid touchdown, that's not 500, that's actually 15. But
okay.
yeah, so that solid touchdown zone is your aim point. We're probably not going to have enough time to do a second one, but I'll show you some techniques when we get back in.
All right.
How to make a spot, even if you end up being a little high or low.
All right. I'm going to turn. You want to make your call?
Just keep going. Just
keep going? Okay.
You're already cleared for the option, so.
Okay.
I want to give you enough time to get set up. So do about 28 inches of manifold, so you're about 70 miles an hour. You're clear, right? Coming, keep coming right. Go. You got your runway. Now you have enough time to. We're looking for, pretty good perfection. We want 1,000 feet. You want to enter it at 80 miles an hour. You're showing the examiner that you have mastery of aircraft control, and you're within PTS standards, 100% on the rotor RPM. And remember, it's down, left, aft. Down means down to the pocket. All right, so what I'm looking for when I do a precision auto rotation, I'm looking for my touchdown point. I usually want it somewhere in line with the compass before I enter.
Right.
If there's a higher headwind, I wait longer, maybe to the bottom of the compass in my aircraft.
Right.
Your aim points in your aircraft will be different. So right about now, it's through the center. And 3, 2, 1, down, left, aft, down to the pocket. Roll the throttle off. Building the rotor, check the rotor, check the rotor. There you go. 70 miles an hour now. So we're going to be a little short, and that's the headwind. We'll fix it for the next time. So lower the collector a little bit and pitch back for 70. There you go. All right. Nose it down for the airspeed. We're going to be short, but that's okay. We'll adjust it. Lower the collective. Lower the collective. 70 miles an hour. We're going to be at the intersection. Lower the collective. And start the flare. Don't add collective when you flare. Level. There you go. I'm lowering the collective to help you out there.
Was I pulling the collective too much?
You were pulling way too much.
Yeah.
All right, get it back to 100. Just stabilize. You got all the time in the world. You don't really have to milk this one like yours. Look what you're doing. Fly the aircraft. There you go. Take your time. Don't fight it. All right. Normal takeoff, right? Nose are over.
All right.
Just take on off. So what you're doing is you're pulling all this collective and you're at 10 feet. I'm bumping you down because you would fall out of the sky and spread your skids.
Yeah.
So the whole idea is you modulate the collective enough so you don't fall out of the sky. The whole idea is you're leveling and coming down to about 1 foot and adding collective to cushion it onto the ground. So your flare, level, settle.
Make a right close traffic report midfield.
Right close traffic report midfield, helicopter 06 Alpha. We got time for one more. All right, so just think, I'm not pulling everything into level, I'm pulling it as it comes down to like less than 3 feet. I'm going to start pulling in the collective. But when you're doing that, you're recovering with throttle because this is a power recovery. So think as I'm leveling and settling, I'm adding collective and throttle simultaneously so I don't end up down there at 88. The helicopter will fly down there. You notice that, right? She was flying just fine, just vibrating. Clear right. The problem people get into is they start fighting the aircraft with the power, especially this thing, and it has so much power, then you're like full throttle. Oh shit, I don't need it all. And then, you know, you were fighting it for about a good 15 seconds till you calm down. Roll out for a second. To give yourself a little bit of a crosswind.
Oh, okay.
So you're not turned so tight, you know what I'm saying? They want to see your pattern work too, that you can fly a good square pattern. You got a little bit of a right quartering headwind when we're on the runway. The winds are 240 at 5. Yeah, so you'll have a left quartering headwind when you're lined up on the runway. Perfect. Very good. The entry was better. You went to the pocket, roll the throttle down, right? And the checking was good. Sorry, you got 103 was your max RPM. That was good. The whole idea is people just get stuck and scared, and they don't pull up, and then you end up doing 115 on your rotor.
Right.
And then you're going to start stressing your rotor out. So just hit to the US-1 there, and then you can start your base. Tower helicopter 06 Alpha, midfield downwind runway 27, request the option.
Helicopter 06 Alpha, runway 27, clear for the option.
27 clear for the option, helicopter 06 Alpha. There you go. I like where you're at with the power, the altitude's within PTS standards. So you're going to say, I want to enter at 80 miles an hour at 1,000 feet. Everything's looking good. So we're going to enter a little bit later because we want to go for those touchdown markers, right? The big solid rectangular blocks.
Okay.
Alrighty, looks like you need to start entering, and 3, 2, 1, go for it. Roll the throttle, and check. 106. Alright, lower the collective again. You've lowered it, it's too much.
Oh shit, I did it again, didn't I?
Airspeed, rotor, landing area. Airspeed, rotor, landing area. Look, you're going to be long, so check this out. You're going to do some turns.
Right.
You're going to do some turns. S-turns, right?
Yep.
7.
Rotor speeds.
Then I'm with you. I'm flying.
You got it or me?
No, you're still flying. And get ready for the flare. Flare. Level. You pulled up too much again. You're pulling
that
up
was
too
way
much.
too fucking much.
You have headwind there. I have all controls.
You have controls.
All right, I have control. You notice how we did that? Look where we're at on the runway now. How far away are we?
Yeah.
We're about 200 feet. So that would kept you in standard at least. It would have been a little bit long the S-turns.
Well, I get confused when you're doing controls and I'm doing, I don't know if I'm controlling.
I'm making control inputs to help you, but you're flying.
Yeah.
We got too slow on our ground run.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to the tower and air taxi us back. Tower, helicopter 06 Alpha, if I could do a present position air taxi back to the southeast T hangar for parking.
Helicopter 06 Alpha, hover taxi, air taxi back to parking, cross runway 1836.
Air taxi back to the southeast parking, cleared across runway 3618, helicopter 06 Alpha. Okay, definition of an air taxi. So basically, you can air maneuver below 100 feet. AGL is the expectation with the tower, and it's to give you a expeditious taxiing to your parking area, so you don't have to fly over taxiways and other aircraft.
Okay.
That's what an air taxi is defined as. So you can fly as fast as you want, and they expect you to stay below 100 feet AGL. And if you're crossing the runways, you need a clearance. So that's something you probably haven't seen before, what an air taxi is. All right, we're going to gas up real quick, and we're going out. We're doing autos, buddy.
All right.
We're going to get you proficient on those again, man. All right, we got tailwind, right? So I need to put her back into the wind.
Oh, you can't fly over there. You have to put it back on the thing.
No. Yeah, we'll bring the